Hello everybody, this is Will Racing, playing F1 2021, my team career for episode either 1 or 2. The other one was the preseason, so personally I'm not classing it as episode 1. This is episode 1, not the other one. We're here for the Bahrain Grand Prix as we head into practice. And we're waiting. As we head into practice at Baraihn, and we're in the car listening to Jeff's speech of the how he's glad to be the watch person. I forgot what they're called. And then I skip through the garage tutorial. And what practice programs are there? There's that one, that one, that one, that one. So we're gonna go with this one, the hard one where we have to go around some gates. But then I forgot to change the setup. So then I I'm gonna put on the Austria setup. But then I'm gonna change it to Italy because I think Italy just suits the track more. Or like it's more similar to Bahrain than Austria. So anyway, we go into the this ERS management one. That was the wrong one, wasn't it? It was. Anyway, we're just I think we're just heading back in to the pits now. Did the lap. I accidentally cut out the entire lap. Oh. Why did I do that? Anyway, we're just gonna head into the pits now as we go on the final straight. The Williams of George Russell's there, but I didn't actually see him. But we're gonna head into the pits now and just wait for the rest of practice to happen. Because I never actually do practice. We're heading into the garage now, the pit crew having to pick us up and take us in. And that'll be it really for practice 1. As I look to see what I achieved in the practice, in the one lap of practice that I had, and Williams, and we are we are a position that I can't see. So 10 minutes of super quick time left as we're waiting. And that's it for practice 1. Callum Ilott, our teammate, finished ahead, but only by a couple of tenths. But other than that, it was pretty successful. As we head into quick practice 2, the first quick practice of this career mode. And we're just simulating the money ones because I'd rather have money than the other stuff, especially money over risk strategy thing, because we're only doing 5 lap races. As we finish practice 2 and head into practice 3. And we're heading into practice 3 now. Going on to quick practice again because, as I said, I don't do practice sessions driving unless I'm forced to. As again, we're doing the money one. And then this fails, unfortunately. In 11 minutes, and I'm just 10 seconds short of time to be able to do it. So I had to just go on to select something else, and that's it for practice now. Is we head on to probably one of the most important things in Formula 1 qualifying, as the further up you qualify, the qualifying determines the starting position of the race, and the further up you qualify, the easier the chance of winning is. We're about to head into qualifying now, as we're just waiting for the loading screen to stop. And we're heading into qualifying. And as I said, qualifying is really important as it determines the starting position of the race. And you want to qualify as high up from the grid as you can to make sure you can get an easier job of winning the race. We're heading into the lap now. I can't see what position we are, but I could see that we weren't first there. We're not first here. Bottas is on provisional pole, it looks like. Now Daniel Ricciardo, as we heading to turn 3, almost went into provisional pole ourselves, but Bottas overtakes Ricciardo in lap time, and we're heading round those turns there. As we head into turn 9, almost going a bit wide, but it doesn't affect too much as we go into turn 10, go really deep there. And then we're on to the back straight, which leads up to turn 11, and I messed up on the exit there. And then we go through to turn 12, then 13. As we exit turn 13, go wide a bit there, as we're onto the final straight, heading into the last corner, and that is the qualifying lap done. I think it's going to be P7, which now position 9, so we're starting 9th, which means we only have to overtake 9 people to win the race. And qualifying was really important, but I didn't do as well as I was wanting to. But that's over now. as we're heading into the interview, I am going to go with whichever one that was, or that one, or that one, or somewhere. I don't know what I chose, but something to do with the chassis. And then error. And we're just about to head into the race. The race is probably not as important. Well, it's the thing that gets you points, so it probably is more important. But we head into the Grand Prix. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lights in action at Bahrain. As we get a great start, as we're already past Carlos Sainz and alongside Lando Norris in 7th. As we go into the first turn, and I also overtake Charles Leclerc on the turn as well. And then also Lewis Hamilton, the 7-time world champion. Have I ever told you how I overtook Lewis Hamilton in the Bahrain Grand Prix of 2021? In a slower car, as we just overtook Sergio Perez for 4th, and we're going through the left and right handers, almost lose it. Sergio Perez gives us damage. I can't remember which one that is. Probably side pods. As we go into turn 10, we almost hit Daniel Ricciardo as we go out of turn 10, and the side pods have taken damage from that collision with Sergio Perez as we go around to turn 11 and turn maybe 12, and then this might be 13. And then we go into back to turn 9 on lap 2, and Lewis Hamilton is right behind us, looking like he could strike any second now. But depends on how close he is. We head into turn 11, and that was that of lap 2. Nothing happened. As we head on to lap 3, and Lewis Hamilton side by side, and we go into turn 1, I brake a lot more as I thought that as I get DRS as well, but then I thought I'd still be quite close to him as I cut turn 3 a bit. But we're not able to catch up to Lewis Hamilton as we go into turn 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8, and on the exit of 8 we nearly spin. We're going into turn 9 quite lonely, and we nearly spin again. We have Pierre Gasly behind us. As we go on to the DRS, the final DRS straight of the lap, and Pierre Gasly has DRS and we don't. So he's going to be going round the outside, and then he does the old switcheroo, and then he hits me. Pierre Gasly has hit me, and now I've gotten a slight bit of front wing damage, and I could tell there that I had it, and I tried to get back 5th place, but it failed as Lando Norris now is trying to overtake me, and was side by side going into the last turn, and I outbrake him, and he's still there, but not anymore as I have cleared him as we go into the DRS straight with ERS on as well, and DRS. But Lando Norris is catching up, and he's ahead, but I outbrake him again, and then we go into turn 1, almost making contact a bit, and then into turn 2 and 3, and I've cleared him as we go into the second DRS straight. I have cleared him, and he's 8 tenths behind me as we go into turn 3 now. Now just over. Now 8 tenths again behind me, and then we go out of turn 8. Pierre Gasly is 9 tenths ahead. We're probably going to lose DRS. I thought we were going to lose it there, but we don't. As we go into turn 10, Lando Norris tries to go around the outside. Does it work? No. Yes, it does. Lando Norris is ahead now, and I have to defend from Charles Leclerc, and now I go into the back of him. I have lost my front wing, and we're into P12 now. We're into P12, and now 14 for going wide there, and I cut across the track. I think maybe braking. The person behind me is me. I think it's Raikkonen, but I don't think he has. He's clearly going past me. And we're side by side going into the last corner, and we've both got DRS, but Kimi Raikkonen is able to go side by side with me as we go into the first turn. I outbrake him a bit, get the position back, but then he's still side by side, and we're going in turn 2, and then now 3, and he's ahead, and I went into the gravel with it. And now his teammate Antonio Giovinazzi takes 15th away from me, but I dive down the inside and I make the move. But then now George Russell is coming in out of nowhere and trying to take 15th off of me. And then I have to cut the corner there. And then that lets them both get ahead. And then I make contact with Antonio Giovinazzi, and George Russell is cleared as both. And I can see 4 cars behind. Well, now I can see 3 because Antonio Giovinazzi's just passed me, as we both have DRS, and I think Nicholas Latifi does as well, and my teammate, who I can also see there behind him. And I almost go into the back of Antonio Giovinazzi, and Nicholas Latifi is side by side, and we make contact as I go wide there as well. And Max Verstappen wins the Bahrain Grand Prix as I wreck my teammate's front wing as well. I cut across the track and wrecked Ilot's wing as I make an aggressive dive down the inside of Nicholas Latifi into the last corner as we're side by side going to the line. I forget to turn DRS on. Who was it? I think it was Nicholas Latifi who was ahead at the line. I couldn't tell. We'll find out. But Pierre Gasly gets driver of the day. Max Verstappen is your Bahrain Grand Prix winner for the first ever Will Racing F1 2021 stop motion. It was a very interesting race. Max Verstappen, Valtteri Bottas, and Daniel Ricciardo are your podium attenders, and Nicholas Latifi managed to just get ahead. 4 thousandths of a second separated. In the constructors' standings, we are second to last. Williams are just ahead. Well, they're ahead. And it's only Haas that is behind us. And we would have gotten points. Damage deductions 30,010. We're about to head back into team headquarters after the Bahrain Grand Prix, and that will be it for the video. It's very disappointing how it turned out, but we're just going to head to this personal department, and I'm going to choose pace, and then I'm going to put in some activities to do during the course of this race and next race. And we managed to actually, I think, fit in all of them, yeah. And that's going to be it, and I will see you tomorrow, possibly. Bye.